It's part of our nature to create habits. It's how our subconscious functions at its best. We are made to do well with habits, and that's why habits are so hard to break. Today, I want to talk about the habits that are created by religions or spiritual practices. We call them rituals sometimes. And there are some things you really want to be careful of with this. There are problems with moving your spiritual practice into a ritual form, and there are some amazing opportunities. So stay tuned. In case you're new here, I am a crystal clear channel, and everything I share has come through my own divine inner wisdom or knowing. I don't share anything I've heard anywhere else. And so if this is new to you, I want to encourage you to just stay open to possibilities. Not to believe me, of course, but to be open to new ideas and perspectives. Because when you sit with it, when you're just open and think about something without rejecting it immediately, if it works for you, if it's truth for you, it will resonate. But you have to be open and not deflect right out of the gate because it's new to you. So even if you are not religious or spiritual, I'm sure you are aware of some of these ritualistic practices that have developed over centuries, especially in the older religions of the world. The problem with ritual is it takes our brain out of the equation, and often it also takes our heart out of the equation. The whole intention behind worshiping or praying to the divine is to connect with them. Whether you're asking for something or showing gratitude, it's about connection. And if you are on a habit loop, just going through the motions, repeating a prayer that you've known since childhood, you're not really thinking about it, and therefore you're not connecting with anything. You're just going through the motions. So that's something that I suggest you really be aware of if you are involved in any ritualistic practices. The same goes for the spiritual spaces, because I've heard people talk about doing certain things with crystals and candles or card decks, whatever it is that they align with. The purpose of any spiritual ritual is to connect with divinity. Again, if you're just going through motions, there's no purpose. I also want to share that divinity does not expect for any of us to worship them or pray to them necessarily. They know our thoughts and our heart. So if you have something on your heart, going through some kind of a ritual to convey it to them, you certainly can do, but it's not necessary because they already know. The main way that divinity helps us or tries to intervene in our lives is through their guidance, and we are very, very good at ignoring it. So this is where I want to get into the good ritual or habit that you can create, how this can work for you. The thing with a habit or a ritual is it becomes easy to remember and to do. The best skill or habit that you can ever create is your skill of tuning into that communication from divinity that's coming to you. Remember, relationships are a two-way street. And if all you're doing is praying and asking for things or expressing gratitude, which is lovely, not necessary, but lovely because they know your heart, if all you're doing is asking or thanking, you're not listening. And so that two-way communication and relationship isn't as good as it could be. The habit you want to develop is tuning into the communication that wants to come to you from divinity. We're going to link a training in the show notes where I get into this in more detail, how you can develop your intuition, a lot of people call it, or your inner wisdom. This is communication coming from the divine. And when you learn to tap into it and recognize it, it's a skill, then you have to learn to trust it. Our societies, for the most part, have taught us to ignore or to question that inner knowing coming through, because quite often it's trying to encourage us to do something different than the pigeonhole that our authority figures or our society has put us in. And that creates fear, and so we ignore it, we question it, we think, who am I? I'm not worthy, blah, blah, blah. Trust me, I've been there. We tend to ignore it, and that is not your path. It's not what you're meant to do. Your inner wisdom is with you your entire life, trying to get your attention and guide you. And when you develop a habit or ritual of tuning into it, and I mean often, I don't mean once a week like people frequently do their religious practices. I mean often, multiple times a day. Try to tune into that guidance that wants to come through to you. You will never regret it, and you will never question your path and your actions, and the fear that you may be experiencing right now will dissipate because you'll know you're divinely guided, and so there is no fear. Be sure to hit subscribe while you're here, and I'll see you on the next video.